Hello and welcome back. This is the second series of our cost management ideas videos. In these videos, we are just learning the topics only. You are most welcome to comment more ideas than this. However, we're going to be launching a full course on these ideas, on these cost management practices. But in this course, we are just giving small brief ideas on how to do it. So in the previous video we were discussing about the labor cost and how the productivity reports controlling the overtime and controlling the casual labor and contract labor. But the key is estimate the business, understand the business timings, and then how much resources you need to run that kind of business. So that is the most important thing in labor cost. How we gonna do that? How we do that? That is a subject for the next course. The next topic what we normally do is the other cost. So the other cost can be other expenses can be food cost, complimentary gifts, reservation cost, or other things. So there are some ideas which is general ideas. It's like in-house production. So if you are providing any amenities to the guest, instead of buying from outside, you can use the in-house staff like housekeeping staff or laundry staff, if they have spare time to do it in-house instead of buying it from outside, because it's cheaper to do it in-house. Sometimes doing in-house can be expensive, if let's say because of the economies of scale. If you are doing something in-house which is for which you are hiring a specific staff and the production is not so much, then it can be very expensive for us to manage the expenses. Instead of giving it outsourcing, where the same some outsourcing companies doing the same job same for 10 other companies, and they can share the cost. However, the quality of the work and the delivery times are restricted here. So most of the hotels, like high luxury standard hotels, they prefer to do in-house things because they can control the quality and the quantity and the delivery times, and also the safety standards. So there are a lot of other considerations which we're going to be discussing in our next course. The replacing the imported items with local items, it can be very tricky and it can be very judgmental, because some management top management may not support the idea of replacing the imported item with local items because of the quality. However, there has to be the process to judge that if the local items can replace the imported items, because most of the hotels nowadays, because they are running with the profitability crisis, they are trying to manage the expense, where they are trying to use the local items compared to the imported items, even though imported items may seems to be cheaper but in the shorter term, but usually the local items give a much more leverage to the hotels, because they can then promote it as their corporate social responsibility. They can promote it as their sustainability programs, and then in return it brings up the business again. Controlling the spoilage is mostly for the food and other stationery, other amenities. So the most important thing again is to estimate the business and estimate the requirement, so that you don't buy over order or over buy the things, so that they don't get spoilage. Spillage means is theft or other sort of controls. So you need to manage the controls, like checking the food waste, checking the throwaways, so that the hotel items are not being stolen away. And then the cut waste. So there are a lot of wasteful activities sometimes hotels does when we have very high business. So we don't really care about the cost, and we can do whatever we want because we have higher money to spend. But when the business is low, the wasteful activities are supposed to be cut, because these are some activities are like non-producing. However, certain activities are performing to the brand standards, but there is always a need to review the brand standards as well, so that you don't overcommit the expenses, and unnecessary you can improve the profitability of the hotel as well. So this was all about the cost management ideas. We're going to be looking into more details when we are launching